arrested him yet, then. Oh, by the way, you know that nurse that works over at the centre?
Oh, Molly.
Ah, well, she's having a fling with young Kevin Webster.
No. Oh, no, I don't think so.
I tell you, I saw him brazen as anything coming out of his flat this morning. The way youngsters behave nowadays.
Oh, I don't know. They seem pretty tame compared to some of you old uns.
Oh, you think you know everything. All right. OK, here you go. Try this one. One of the most famous female singers...
What are you staring at?
Mike?
You think they should have kept me in there? Locked the door, thrown away the key?
She doesn't even know where you've been. Come on.
Fred's probably told them all about it by now.
Of course he wouldn't. Now stop it, he's your friend.
Yeah, but he's probably like all my other so-called friends. Too embarrassed to say what they really think. Hey, what about you? Eh? Come on, I can take it. Tell me. Do you think I did it as well, eh? Oh, I'm sorry. Look, take the notes. It's the whiskey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Coupled with the fact that you've probably not eaten this morning. Come on.
Why, where are we going?
Back to your place. I'm going to get you something to eat before you embarrass me even further. Get on. See ya.
Fancy to it round here, haven't you?
How do you mean?
Well, there's no kids to be crossed over the road today, is there?
There's more to me than a 6-foot lollipop. I hear Jack's got himself a job in here now.
That's right. Must be a big come-down for him, though.
How do you mean?
Well, he used to own this place.
Did he? Do you know, the first time I laid eyes on him, I thought, there's a man of some interesting parts. He's happier about taking over Jack's patch. Now I know he's got himself sorted out with a new job. I mean, it's no way to start a friendship, is it? Taking a man's job off him.
Oh, aye. Friends now, are we?
Well, I've known a lot of other fellas turn 65, and nearly all they fit for is compost. No, I like a bit more life than that in my gentleman friends. And from what I've seen of our Jack, he can still cut the mustard.
Oh, aye? And who are they then, these gentlemen friends?
Who are you?
For your information, lady, there's no our Jack. It's my Jack, and you keep your hands off him. Because if there's been all going on between you two, compost heap's the only thing he'll be fit for.
Know your trouble, don't you?
Tell me.
You're too friendly. If I had a lodger, they'd know their place. If Norris slept under my roof, it'd be Mrs. Hunt and Mr. Cole. First names bring too much familiarity.
I like being called Betty. It's friendly.
Friendly?
Yeah.
What do you want friendly for? We're your friends. Norris Cole isn't Emily's friend, is he? He's a lodger. Lodgers should know their place.
Do you?
Do I what?
Know your place? Well, after all, aren't you a lodger with Ken and Deirdre?
I'm not a lodger. I'm family.
Yeah, but you pay lodgings. I mean, you said so before.
That's different. I want another tea. 3 teas, please, strong ones.
Do you want any biscuits?
No, I've a funeral and I'm saving myself for the spread after.
Ah, anybody we know?
Beryl Morgan. She had a wool shop on Inkerman Street for donkey's years.
Beryl Morgan. I was only talking to our Jack this morning about her husband, Ted.
Oh, they were a devoted couple. They're saying she died of a broken heart.
What do you mean?
Well, he only died a month ago and she doted on him.
But...
Hey, you want to leave that stick outside? Someone could turn sudden and do themselves a mischief.
Leave it outside? Not likely. Put anything down round here and it's swipe before you can blink. If it's not too much trouble, I'd like a frothy coffee. I'll have that, and then it's home to get ready. I'm being entertained by a gentleman friend this lunchtime. Met him at Legion last night.
In Legion?
Yeah, bought me doubles all night. Oh, I think I'll treat myself. I'll have a necklace cake as well.
Oh, he puts me in mind of.
Who?
Crippen. Have you been to the Chamber of Horrors? Little man he was. They never found his wife's head, you know. You want to tread careful.
Really? You
do talk some nonsense.
Hey up, he's coming over.
Hello, Norris. Would you like to join us?
I won't, if you don't mind. I just thought I should tell you the bathroom tap's dripping. It probably needs a new washer. I could fix it myself, or would you prefer to let the new landlord know?
I don't think there's any need for that, thank you. I'll deal with it myself.
There it is.
I'm saying nothing.
So what do I have to do?
What party sorted then?
A party?
Well, Jason's mum and Dennis are going away, aren't they? You stupid or something?
Yeah, well, there's not going to be a party, Kirk.
It's tradition. Parents go away, kids have party, tremendously good-looking brother, a son's girlfriend, meets chick, and scores.
I didn't know Candice had a brother.
I meant you.
I know. Why don't you listen with your ears for once instead of your mouth? There isn't going to be a party.
Are you two going to get a move on?
Oh, come on, Maria, these two coffin dodgers want us out of the way.
Did you hear what he called us?
It's a term of affection, love.
He'll be dodging back of my hand in a minute.
Take no notice of him. He's just worried about dying a virgin, aren't you, Kirk?
I am not. You know I'm not.
Do you know we'll all be dead by the time you've finished choosing?
Oh, I'm not hungry anyway. I'll just go and talk to the organ grinder.
Sorry about that, Pete.
Do them custards look fresh to you?
Oh, they think they can fob you off with anything once you get a bit older. I know a duff custard when I see one.
Look, they were fresh this morning, and I bet it's a long time since I said that about you too.
Talk about pots and kettles, I'll just have a tea.
And I'll have a coffee, please, frothy. And I take it your milk's fresh.
Yeah, she milked the cows herself this morning, didn't you, Vi?
I don't know about milk, Tim, but I've served a couple.
You can bring them over.
Do you know, they're lucky they're not wearing custards, never mind eating them.
You don't still think her and Jack are at it, do you?
What? Well, it's been acting peculiar lately. And from past experience, it's always been another woman.
Jack wouldn't, Vera. All right, he couldn't then.
How do you mean?
Well, you've been complaining that, you know, we can't manage it with you, haven't you? So how's he going to keep another woman on the go as well?
You have a lot to learn about men, haven't you? Oh?
Yeah, I suppose I have. Trouble is, the more I learn, the less I want to know.
Do you do pensioners' rates?
Hey?
Pensioners' rates. We want a cab.
Can't you see I'm on a job?
You've been stood here for the last 10 minutes.
Dennis, are we going or what?
If not, can we have it?
Sorry, Steve, we'll be out in a couple of minutes. We may as well wait in the house.
Why? Have they had a row?
Oh, that is just typical of Les, ruining the flaming holiday before we've even started.
We want to get into the high street. There's a closing down sale at the thermal underwear shop.
Look, I've told you.
I said we should have gone with quick cabs.
Oh,
About that.
The Weatherfield Pals. I've got some old taped interviews I did with Uncle Albert and some of his cronies. I could use some extracts as part of an audio presentation.
sounds fascinating.
I've not got long. Tyrone's only just turned him some cock and bull story about food poisoning. Yeah, I know hangover when I see one.
I've got Fizz, same. Only she's been boasting all morning about how they both went clubbing and didn't get in till 6.
I knew it.
He's just told me that Les has lost his job at council.
She threw it straight in her face. It were like something out of a Joan Crawford film.
Hiya.
Hi, love, how are you?
Shopping for your tea?
Eh? What, you angling for an invite, eh? Well, I can offer you beans on toast or pork pie.
I tell you what, why don't you put that back and come have a pot and meet at the Rovers? Play your cards, right? I'll give you a pint as well.
Right, done.
Peter, what are you doing for Christmas?
For Christmas? Well, I don't know, love, I've not given it much thought, really. Suppose I'll go to my dad and Deirdre's for some nosh. Well, what about you? You going to your mum's?
No. Tell you the truth, I don't really like going home at Christmas. My dad died during Christmas dinner a few years ago. Mum gets very emotional. Don't really like Christmas much.
Oh, that's terrible, Shell.
Oh, no, it's all right. My sister take care of me mum at Christmas.
Right.
I can't really face her.
Right, well, you will come with me to my dad's then.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Deirdre, put some... Deirdre, is it all right if Shelley comes with me for Christmas?
Well, I suppose.
Great. There you go.
Is Peter coming then?
Seems so.
Oh, it'll be a full house. You'll have to make more of an effort with the turkey. It were very dry last year. So, are you looking forward to Ken's talk tonight?
No, I'm not, Blanche. Sounds about as much fun as watching paint dry.
It's educational. It's not supposed to be fun. And if I've got to go, I don't see why you should get out of it.
Well, I'm sure my dad would be pleased to hear you say that.
He's going to be talking about the boys from round here who gave their lives for their country in the Great War. And I'd have thought, as an ex-serviceman, you could at least have a passing interest.
All right, Blanche. I'll come. You've shamed me into it. What time does it start?
Oh.
Right, here we go. Wake me up when it's finished, will you, Blanche?
You dare nod off, and you'll feel the business end of this.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for coming. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the Weatherfield Pals, the young men who left this town to go and fight for their country in the horror of the trenches of the 1914-18 war. But to begin with, I want to play you a few memories, taped by one of those old soldiers from those terrible days. And I also have some photographs, if anybody's interested.
Poor Charlie Horrocks. Hey, Charlie were a real mate, you were. And it's times like that when you find out who your real mates are. Stood talking 1 minute and next minute you were gone. Found him 20 yards away. Do you remember Taffy? Aye, come here, lad, he were Taffy. His mother come from Edinburgh, but Taffy lived in Wales.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Dad. It was really weird hearing Uncle Albert's voice again after all these years. Made all the hairs on the back of my neck stand up to attention.
Yeah, well, it was a radio interview that he did. You know, I thought it was one thing to hear me talking, but to actually hear an eyewitness account, well, that's real history.
Oh, you did really well, Ken. I'm proud of you, especially since I thought I'd be bored solid.
It was one of the best talks we've ever had at the Society. We must get you back sometime, if you wouldn't mind.
No, I'd be delighted.
Roy tells me you used to be a teacher.
Yes, but English, not history.
The youngsters in your classes must have been entranced.
You'd better keep an eye on her.
Yeah, well, if she wants any of his underwear, I've got a washing basket full of it and she's welcome to it.
You can't go round to the...
Roy Cropper's telling all his customers what a wonderful talk you gave yesterday.
In fact, the word he used was electrifying.
They'll be queuing round the gasworks when you next treat the public to a resume of your great thoughts.
It went very well.
Yes, we know it did. We just like to tease.
It's one of a dwindling array of pleasures left open to us.
In that case, you can join my fan club.
Do intellectuals have fan clubs?
Oh, of course they do. It's an acknowledged fact. A good brain is a well-known aphrodisiac.
You never mentioned that before.
Oh, we have our little secrets.
I'll say.
What did Anita say next?
She said she wanted to interview me for what's on in Weatherfield.
Oh, it's a glossy, is that?
Yep.
And will they take your photograph?
Yes, apparently.
A double-page spread?
Quite possibly.
And will you keep your clothes on?
Only if they insist.
Oh, they must have run out of footballers to write about.
Yeah, I think they must.
Well, I think it's marvellous.
As long as you can cope with the trappings of fame.
Wine, women and song? I reckon I can manage that.
I hope David doesn't attach himself to Matt the way he did to Sam.
A lad of his age needs a hero.
Well, it went wrong before. Anyway, he's got Martin.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. 2 glasses of white wine, please, Betty.
I'll bring them over for you.
Thanks, Betty.
OK, love.
Right, Merry Christmas, everybody. We brought a little contribution.
Oh, excellent, because we were rather short on dessert, weren't we, Roy?
It's Freshco's finest.
Oh, be grateful they're not homemade. That one you made last time lay in the pit of my stomach till well past New Year.
Excuse me, Blanche. These are meant for our guests, 1 can per tramp.
Look, if we run out, Norris, I'll get some more. What's the problem?
No, you won't. You've had enough.
So who gave you the right to tell me what I can and can't do?
Peter, why are you doing this?
I woke up this morning, right? It's the first Christmas day of my life and I've got no twin sister. Why should I be having a good time? Have you got any idea what that feels like? Shelley? No, I don't think you have you?
Right, I'm off to my mum's. Leave you to drown your sorrows, so you don't take it out on me.
Good.
Right, I'm off.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, I sent my mother a Christmas card.
Oh, you mean Pam Hargreaves?
Yeah, Pam. She hasn't sent me one back, though.
Hey, well, maybe this will cheer you up.
Come on. What is it?
Oh, Gilligan.
She's gone to her mother's.
I thought she was having dinner with us.
Yeah, well, no, she's not, Deirdre.
Typical. Charity always begins at home with you, Peter Barlow.
Oh, I'll just say 3 words to that, Blanche. Pot kettle black.
And what's that supposed to mean?
What basis?
Are you living with me dad on, eh? Because you're not his mother-in-law anymore, are you? I bet you don't even pay him a proper rent.
And since when is this any of your business?
No, really, there's no need for this. It's Christmas.
Yes, it's Christmas. It's a time you should be spending with your family. But then again, Dad, I'm all you've really got now, aren't I, eh? Because if things would have been handled properly, we'd be having a proper Barlow Christmas, wouldn't we? Me, and you, and Susan, and Adam.
Don't need reminding of that.
If Deirdre wouldn't have gone shouting a big mouth off about how unfair we were being to poor old Mike Baldwin because, oh yes, because there's a bloke who needs your sympathy, how different all this would have looked.
What are you dragging all this up again for?
Because I don't want you thinking, Deirdre, you can just sweep this under the carpet. We don't even get to see Adam at Christmas because Baldwin's whisked him off.
And that's all down to me, is it?
Yes, actually.
This is neither the time nor the place.
Oh, Dad, no. I mean, I don't expect you to say anything because you're just pitifully grateful that Deirdre's gracious enough to stay living with you.
Well, you're a fine one to talk. What about you and Shelley?
It's nothing to do with Shelley.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
Oh, well, no, I suppose it is a bit difficult to see what's going on under your own nose when you're up on your high horse. But I think it's pretty obvious to everyone else what she sees in you.
Yeah, you know,
She
no,
didn't
Deirdre.
look at you twice until you got the bookie. She didn't want to know you till then. She's right. And now he's after buy another Rover. Saw you coming, she did.
You have got some flaming nerve, Deirdre. Why my dad ever had you back after the way that you humiliated him, I will never know.
All right, that's enough,
I
Peter,
mean,
that's enough.
Come on, running off with some toy boy waiter you met on your holidays and then some flaming con man who lands her up in prison.
Look, for heaven's sake, everybody's listening.
She started this, didn't you? And then when you've had your little bit of fun, it's back to me, Dad. But you won't marry him, will you? Oh, no, because you're just giving yourself that little bit of space for the next time when that next slime ball comes along and you can look him in his eyes and you can look at him and you can say, oh, no, I'm not married. That's better. Been waiting months to say that.
So?
Not unless they're clad in cloaks of invisibility, no.
Or maybe they didn't see the sign.
What sign?
Well, weren't you supposed to be putting up a sign where they had last year's do?
Roy.
You. Is it too late to put another one out?
Well, I'll have a word with Wally, see if any of his friends are going to turn up.
Oh, talk about not being able to organise a booze up in a brewery.
Excuse me, it's Wally, isn't it?
It is, look, right.
Hello there. I'm just wondering if there were any more homeless people going to be joining us.
Oh, I wouldn't think so. I was just taking a short cut. On my way to get buzzed about doing Adam, you see.
Well, why? What's happening there?
Oh, I proper do, love, yeah. Everything. There's haircuts and new clothes. A proper party. Not just overcooked turkey and cow's Yorkshires.
Well, didn't know anything about that. We thought we were the only ones.
Weatherfield Buddhas are sending us, because they're not doing out here. Would you like to come? They said I could bring a friend.
Oh, I don't think so. Thank you, though.
Aye, a banquet fit for royalty. I say fit for... Where is everyone? It seems we've been gazumped. It's not enough these days to provide food. You have to throw in a makeover and entertainment.
Yes, a reappraisal will be required before next year.
Never mind next year. What do we do with all this?
Here we are.
This is not why I gave up my Christmas day.
Look, I do accept it is not what we envisaged.
Well, I, for one, am not serving anymore.
When you say anymore, I don't remember you doing anything but complaining and criticising anyway.
No wonder children are all so badly behaved these days when their teachers have a mouth on them like that. I'm a pensioner, and I don't see the reason why the likes of Audrey Roberts, Martin Platt and his bit of stuff should be feeding their face while I'm standing here like a spare part.
Chef's got a point, actually.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm starving.
What do you think?
Oh, just as long as no one suggests a sing-song.
Why don't we sit down with Ashley and Maxine?
That's taking the Christmas spirit a bit far, isn't it? She'll get on your nerves in 15 seconds.
I'm being nice. I can be, you know.
Right.
Oh, Bye, I tell you what, your mother plays a mean game of backgammon.
Yeah, well, it's years of experience, that. Decades.
Yeah, look, Deirdre, I wanted to apologise about what I said earlier. I'm sorry.
Well, seeing as it's Christmas, we'll say no more about it.
Well, it's very gracious of you, but, you know, I mean, I don't deserve it.
Look, let's just forget about the whole thing.
Here. Now, what are you having to drink?
Oh, just in time, I see. I knew you'd all be in here. I'll have a large one.
I'll have a pint.
A large one and a pint, please, Dougie.
All right, Ken. Whoa, Shelley just couldn't give away, yeah?
Oh, just give me 2 minutes. There's somebody else I've got to apologise to.